Hello and welcome back to another episode of Coding Wizards. Today on this episode we're on braxy.com and we're going to be looking at how variables work in Java. So first of all I'm going to create a class, public class, I'm just going to call it test as usual, and I'm going to create a main method. So essentially variables allow you to store data like they would do in math. But you can also alter these variables and change them so they can be very useful tools in coding. So to create a variable, first what you want to do is type the data type of the variable. So we're just going to stick to primitives for this video. So you have to type the data type. If you want an integer, which is a number with no decimal, so like 1.2 wouldn't work, or 1.0 wouldn't work. 1, 2, 3, 5, a negative number, or anything like that, you type int, and then you can type the name of it. So we can say check equals 13. So now the int or integer check equals 13. So if we print out the integer check, see what it says, and it says 13 because we're printing out check. As you can see, we don't put quotation marks around this because otherwise this would literally print the text check, not the variable. Now there are many other types of many other data types. For example, double. Let's say double A equals 3.4. You can use these for numbers with decimals. So if we go double. A, because you don't type the data type, you type what the variable is. It'll give us 3.4. Another cool thing you can do is you can add two variables. For example, A plus check. If I print that as 16.4, because whenever you have a double paired with an integer, the result is always a double, not an integer. So that's kind of interesting. Let's look at some more data types. These are, of course, just primitive data types. String is an object, but we'll get to that later. String equals, you can type some text. Hello world. So we can print out B, which will give us hello world. That's pretty cool. We have booleans, which are either true or false, which are kind of weird. So you would just declare them as any type of normal variable. You can type false or true. They're interesting when you get into conditional statements mainly, so we'll use them later. I feel like those are the most used data types. There are a bunch of other ones though, so do check those out. There's floats, stuff like that, but these are the main ones. Now what you can do is you can later iterate the value. So if I type check equals 10, check equals 10, and then I have check here, it should print out 10. But if I put another print up here, it should print out 14 and 10. The reason for this is, when I declare check here, check is 14. Also, when you reiterate variables, you do not need to put the data type. So int check equals 13. And then I go down and print out check. So check is right now 13, so it prints out 13. Then I iterate B, and then I create check to equal 10. So check now equals 10, not 13. So when I go to print out check, it prints out 10 instead of 13. And of course, if I were to change it again, it would change. What you can also do is, for example, I can do check plus check. Check equals check plus check, which will equal 23, because check is equal to 10 right now. 13 plus 10 is 23. You can use multiple variables, like I used earlier for the print a plus check, which would give us, oh, it's having a problem because it's a double and not an integer here. Yeah, and it's its own integer here. Let's just do a more simple example. Int x equals 10 and int y equals 3. What I can do is I can check equals x plus y, which will equal 13. Actually, that's not a very good example because the other one was 14. Okay, both 10, so it should be 10 plus 10, which should be 20. There we go, 20. So variables are very useful in Java or any programming language because you can use them to determine if something happens, why it happens, what value it has, and overall just make your code more modular to the user, because the user, you can create user inputs, and otherwise if you didn't have variables, it would always be like 13 or a number, you would have to, sorry, a number in a println or something would always be like 13 and would never be dynamic, which is not very useful because we want code that can do more than one thing than just say output 13. Oh, I think, yeah, output 13 only. We can change it to other things. So that's pretty cool. Print out B, it'll print out hello world. So yeah, lots of interesting things you can do with variables, and they're a very powerful tool which you should learn to utilize. Thanks for watching.